Good morning, everybody. It's me, Delores, the pastor's daughter, and I am back on the Kingdom Code podcast. Listen, it is 6:09 in the morning. Okay, listen, and your girl is up and doing a live stream. Look at God. Don't let me find out that I actually like going live like early in the morning. Like, don't let me find out, okay? Because then that's going to be like my new like time. Let me see. Can y'all hear me good? Let me see. I don't like how there's still like it seems like it's still a lot of noise in the background. Like you guys can hear too much like white noise. But I have it on like this denoise setting um, on my microphone. I wonder if I turn the light down a little bit if that will help with that. Okay, listen, we're gonna figure it out, okay? Because look, I'm new to this whole podcast equipment, but I really like it. Like, I think I'm doing good. Don't y'all think I'm doing good with it? Of course. Okay. So, good morning. It is, what's today? Today is Tuesday. It is August 8th. You guys, guess what? Like, I'm totally turning 43 tomorrow, August the 9th. Can y'all believe that? Like, I'm gonna be 43. I got some cute little balloons in here. Well, they're not little, but they're huge actually. But I've got some balloons here. I'm probably going to get on camera tomorrow and hang out with y'all. You know, put my face on, do something to my hair, and let y'all see me. Let y'all see my cute balloons. So, good morning, everybody. So, we are back to do our final review of The Birth of Black Male Psychosis by Princella. Okay. So I figure because it's early in the day and I haven't really gotten started on anything else, like I might as well just go live and hang out with you guys, like be your morning muse, your morning inspiration to get your day going. And then let me find out that I actually like going live in the morning time. Like, I think I actually like talking in the mornings. So I just might make, I don't know, mornings like my new go live time and come and talk to you guys. I don't know, y'all let me know what you think. Like in the comments, give me your feedback. Make sure that you like the video and subscribe and do all the things. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you to like my new subbies, my new subscribers, my new followers. I love you guys. I really do. I thank you guys for that. Obviously, because I've been going live a bit more, and I've been talking about Princella the Queen Maker. I know that has attracted some new followers to my page and some new listeners. I appreciate you being here. I decided to do a review of a few of her videos because, I kind of look at it in a different way, and I figured, with us doing a bit of a review of it, watching it together, it would kind of give us like a little bit of insight into like the way I look at it from the perspective of a daughter. Because I think that a lot of women that listen to her tend to look at it. I mean, I can't say that because I've heard people call in and say that they also started to see like these or recognize these behaviors and things in their fathers. And even recently, I saw a video where a subscriber called in and said that she had cut off her relationship with her father. So I think a lot of women are beginning to see it from that perspective. But I do want to add, my own perspective to it, and not only because of my father being narcissistic, but also because he's a pastor And I think that that adds a bit of a viewpoint to the whole situation that has not really been explored that much. I just completed my guidebook. It's available now for pre order. It actually comes out tomorrow, drops tomorrow on my birthday, August the 9th. And let me see, let me show you guys. And it's called The Religious Narcissist Decoded. It is a step by step guide to discerning the tactics and the impact of religious narcissism. And like I said, I think that that is a, a perspective or a factor that we hadn't really talked about that much. And that's the religious narcissist. That is the person that exploits you, that manipulates you, controls you, um, does all of his scheming and scamming and all of that from the perspective of religion and validating his actions by religious teachings, twisting of scripture, a claim of being divinely connected, um, just any type of religious superiority. And even that is a term that we are starting to just kind of hear a little bit more of. At least we need to really have our ear in tune um, to that type of wording now, because that's what we're dealing with. If you really think about it in terms of like what you see on YouTube, you see the rise of these different types of it's almost like cult like groups, there's like this group incels, these groups of men that are showing a lot of aggression and hate and violence towards women. And they have like whole platforms and like followings and like all the things, you guys. Like, it's crazy. But that's what we are beginning to see, like in these streets. You know what I'm saying? We're starting to see these groups of people that are rising up, and they are basically using this set of beliefs and patterns and behaviors um, that are really kind of indicative of a cult like religion. So I think that we all need to have our ears open, our eyes open, our spiritualizations and spidey senses and all of that stuff to these groups that are rising up. So let's go ahead and get started in continuing or finishing up the review. And, since we have some time this morning, we're just kind of hanging out. I am actually sitting in my recliner, um, just drinking my water this morning. I have some water with lemon and apple cider vinegar with the mother, and some honey. And I'm just drinking that. Actually, I shouldn't be drinking it cold. I actually should be drinking it warm. So I think like tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be. I'll just implement that, because I think I like your first drink of the day shouldn't be cold. I think it should be like kind of like room temperature or whatever, to or warm, to just go ahead and like get your system going and all of that. Like, y'all, I'm trying to do better, okay? Because listen, I'm about to be 43, you guys, okay? Like, happy birthday to me. Okay, honey, let's get started.
Me show you big and clear. 1700, 1800. Give a man everything he wants, and at that moment, everything is not everything. Even if you give a dude everything, he'll still think that ain't everything. The male is here to take, and not replenish what he takes. He will suck you dry. 1700, 1800, it's being said about the fucking male. But you don't know this because you don't study men. You too busy listening to men and trying to figure out how to be the best benefits package. And then wonder why you get sucked dry. But males have been telling you about them for centuries. They ain't motherfucking changed in centuries. If you knew they wasn't capable of love, would you waste your damn time?
It's a good question.
I'm just wondering. So I told you I was gonna do
Hey, guess what, y'all? I forgot to tell y'all that I just got my book in the mail yesterday. The Princella L.R. Clark. The game is 41 Shades of Men: The Pursuit to Subdue and Use You. I just look, y'all hear it? Y'all hear the pages? I just got I just got it in the mail. I'm about to meet her one day and then get her to sign my book. And I'm gonna give her my book too, you guys. Um, but yeah, you guys. So it has in a table of contents. It has the chapter listings are all of these different types of man. Yeah, like okay, like chapter 1 says the software program of the human being, and then chapter 2 is the hobosexual. Chapter 3, the lonely man. Chapter 4, the destitute man. Y'all, oh my God. Look, chapter 6, the tax season man. Chapter 7, the high value trick. Chapter 11, the down low man. Y'all, chapter 13, the jailbird man. Oh my God. Y'all. Okay, chapter 17, the narcissistic man. Y'all, okay, we're going to turn to that page very soon. Chapter 21, the pimp. Um, chapter 24, the BAH man. So I'm assuming she's talking about like military because BAH is a military acronym, and that's basic allowance for housing. Um, and that's a certain amount of money, like a benefit that military get for their housing costs. Um, and so, like when we were, and I'm sure it's still pretty much that way, but like if you're married, you get more BAH and you get to be able to stay off base or you get to stay in like different houses or whatever. So a lot of people were getting married just so that they could get an increase in their BAH. Like that used to be like the thing. So I'm sure that that's what this chapter is talking about. Y'all, I can't wait to get into it. And then what is this? Like chapter 30, the hospice care man. Y'all, chapter 31, the revenge man. Chapter 33, the poly man. Chapter 34, the white girl man. Y'all, we gotta read this. We gotta read this. Chapter 37, the midlife crisis man. Oh my gosh, y'all. So yeah, I just got my book. I just got my book in the mail yesterday. So I'm excited. We're gonna get into it, y'all. Okay, let's continue.
solid and read something out of my book.
What page we turning to, sis? It's all
Let
yeah.
me,
Book chapter and verse, honey.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna read 3 little things here. But I want to read a quote that I have in my book. Right? Let me see what. Here it is.
What page? Tell us what page. Okay.
The destitute male.
Oh wait.
The destitute man.
Wait. Let me find it.
Property
Let me
is not the.
Hold on. Which one was that? Okay, yeah. Chapter 4 is the destitute man. That's page 59. Hold on, y'all. Let me look. Let's all turn to it. Turn to look. Look, you know how they say in church. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick up your Bibles and turn to page, look, 59, chapter 4, the destitute man. Okay, look, say amen when you get there. Okay, amen. too much. Okay, all right, we there, sis. We there.
A sacred right. Property is not the sacred right. When a rich man becomes poor, it is a misfortune. It is not a moral evil. When a poor man becomes destitute, it is a moral evil. Listen. When a poor man becomes destitute, it is a moral evil, teeming with consequences and injurious to society and morality. The male has convinced himself, the Negro male, who don't have no philosophy or morality governing his behavior, he has been conditioned to believe that the woman is the evil one, when by nature it is he who is the evil one. By nature it is he who is the evil one, right? So the family man is one of the 41 shades of men, if you didn't know.
Hold on, y'all. Let's turn to it. Okay, that is chapter 8. The family man is page 75. Okay. Say amen when you get there, honey. Ooh, okay. I'm there. Amen. Amen. All right, come on.
The family man is one of the 41 shades of men. She, the girl we read earlier, she married this one. And
Sorry, y'all.
the STD man.
Oh,
The STD man. I got the game on men. I know everything that.
let me see. Where was that at? Hold on. Oh, y'all. Not the STD man. Oh, my gosh. That's chapter 15, y'all. Page 118. Oh, child. Child.
Is to know about men because I study men. Y'all don't study men. I study men. You don't. Right? So if you want my book, go to PrincellaTheQueenMaker.com. PrincellaTheQueenMaker.com. If you tired of being tired, you will listen to me.
We got the.
Point blank period. If you tired of fucking being tired, you gonna listen to me. If you ain't, then you'll keep going out there shooting in the damn wind. Right? You gonna keep going out there shooting in the wind, and then you gonna come back licking your wounds and asking me to fucking help you. You need to allow males to exist on their own. They ain't your fight. You need to stop listening. When you start really listening to me and you really start being a part of everything that I'm doing, baby, you're going to be irritated by the fucking conversations that's being had. You're going to start getting irritated with other women.
That's true.
You will begin to be irritated by other women because you will be able to clearly see why they fucking up in life and why they getting everything they getting. And then you ain't gonna want to listen to them. You know why you ain't gonna want to listen to them? Because they ain't gonna want to hear shit that you trying to tell them. When you change your mind to see what I see and you start trying to tell your homegirls, they not gonna want to hear you and you gonna start getting irritated.
Yeah, that's true.
And you not gonna want to listen to the shit. Right?
Have y'all ever like have y'all ever had that happen where it's like you keep telling the person, you know, like where they keep coming to you and complaining about something, right? Or, something that's bothering them, but you could clearly tell that they are not really interested in any type of change. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, haven't you had like that type of person that just, it's like they just come back over and over again. You could just tell by their demeanor, like when you're talking to them, you could tell they're not really like taking anything in, not really reflecting, not, you know what I'm saying, like doing any type of analysis for real of the situation. It's like so frustrating. And so I totally, totally understand.
So the question I have a question.
What's your question, Sam?
Let her. Let her, African queen. And when she come waltzing her ass back after he done fucked her up, when she come back, don't have two words for her. Tell her to go talk to him or his friends or whatever. Don't say shit to her. Or you could do that, send her a video, and if she don't look at it, that's her ass. That's her ass. I have a lot of compassion for women, but I ain't got no sympathy for a woman who don't want to listen. I have no sympathy for a woman who refuses to listen. You get what you get. And I want you to understand that that mentality that I have right there, the male has that mentality mixed in with motherfucking revenge.
It's like I'm at a point right now where it's like I kind of like I teeter a little bit on that. It's like everybody is not going to like want to do better. Not everybody will, and it's like you have to be willing to like let people go and just let them go ahead and drop off. But I don't know. It's like sometimes I don't know. I kind of wrestle with it. I don't know. I just don't want to become like jaded. You know how like some people become jaded with it, but you also have to like really be mindful of your own energy and like your own self care and all of that. So it's like you can't really just pour into people, especially when you can see that they're not, um, they're not receiving it and they're just more taking from you and just kind of like energy vampires. It's crazy.
See me, I'm not gonna waste my energy on you. Them, they're going to start, they going to take that mentality, you get what you get, and they going to take out all the revenge on you that they can. They going to knock you up with kids, they going to knock you up with diseases, they going to gaslight you, they going to do everything, and they going to sell you a fucking dream, and your dumb ass going to buy it, right? And then some of y'all will be stupid to let a motherfucker around your kids, your children, right? Because you so desperate for some damn male validation, right? What the fuck the male validation do for you? Tell me, what the male validation do for you? Do it put money in your pocket? Cause I know a lot of y'all ain't even getting a dollar out these niggas. You going half and half, ain't you? You splitting the rent. You letting a dusty motherfucker live in your apartment. Oh, wait a minute. Oh shit, I'm so glad that I said that. Let's see. Who? What? What did nigga say? Yeah, what he say? What did he say? Let me pull it because I want to show you how stupid you are. Hey, listen, I'm raw and I'm real disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna front with y'all. I'm not even gonna. Listen. I don't try to be politically correct over here. Some of y'all I might turn away. I don't give a damn. I don't give. I'm just raw, baby. I'm disrespectful and raw when it just come to just telling you like it is. Cause I'm sick of this shit. Let me show you how dumb some of y'all are. Listen to this. Listen.
See, I'm not, um, I'm not like quite like that, but I totally respect it. you know, because I think that some people have to be talked to in a certain way for them to like really be shocked into doing better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some people that just have to be talked to like that, you know? And I don't know. It's like that's another thing I think I wrestle with too, right? Because you know, obviously there are certain ways that people take things that may feel abusive to them, you know. And so you know, you always also have to be kind of sensitive to that too. But sometimes, you know, especially I don't know. It seems like as Black women, we tend to respond better when we're a little bit shocked into like realizing that we've been going the wrong way or doing the wrong thing, you know. Um, I think that it's important that we realize that as women who are um, really like have a passion for women and giving back to women and really just serving um, the community of women, right? I think it's important that we realize that we have to be cognizant about staying away from the comparison game because that is part of the narcissistic abuse and that religious narcissism that kind of gets into it. I remember this guy at the church, right? Like you guys know, I was a praise and worship leader, and so um, another young lady. In fact, her name is her stage name is Remedy, and that's REMIDI. I think you guys need to look her up. She's releasing her second album very, very soon this month, I believe. So give it up for Remedy. She has a beautiful voice. Well, she kind of got started. Not really, I wouldn't say started, but she sung a lot in our church. My father would always, you know, have her come up and sing. And she has a beautiful, listen, y'all, beautiful voice. Okay, like beautiful voice. And so, and of course, I was a praise and worship leader. And so they used to like try to, like, the guys in the church, they used to try to, like, you know, get us to be like jealous of each other. You know, like he was like, you're not gonna, like, she sung one time, he was like, you're not gonna get up there and sing too. You know, like we're in some type of competition with each other. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah. You know, like I always, you know, like celebrated her and cheered for her and prayed for her and you know what I'm saying, just wanted what was best for her, never in a spirit of jealousy. That was one thing that never really worked on me is that whole like spirit of jealousy, really even the spirit of comparison. Because once you like really realize that even if we're talking about the same thing, like let's say Princella and I, right? There's really no need for us to be jealous or compare one another because we both have our own lanes and we can't help but have our own lanes just because we're different people. And that's really all to it. So she has her way, I have my way, she has her perspective, and I have my perspective. But you'll notice that as we progress in this industry and really speaking out against the violence and the hatred towards women, that is going to be a tactic that these people use. They will be trying to get us to compare ourselves. They'll be trying to get us to be jealous of one another. And that's what we as women, as daughters, need to realize that we cannot allow that to happen. We can't allow it. Because even if we are both singers, we're both writers, we're both artists, we're both creatives, we're, you know, just like me and Remedy. You know, her name was Denisha, and her stage name is Remedy. telling you guys, she knew her up. But we're both singers, right? And we'll both get up there. I had just got through leading praise and worship, and she gets up there and sings a solo. Well, we have both done our jobs, right? Like she's done her solo, and I've done my leading praise and worship. Why do I need to get back up there to try to like out solo her, or to be in some type like it's just like to me it was given so weird that dude even tried to come at me like that because it's like you really think that's gonna work? Like come on now, come on, let's let's do better. Let's try a little harder. You have to get up a little earlier in the morning for me, honey, in order for them little tricks to work. It's not gonna work. But that's what I want to really caution us women, that as we, start to really rise up and start to walk in our power and our divinity, and we really use our voices and use our minds to create the change that we want to see in this world, we have to realize that this is a sisterhood of women who have their own lanes simply because we're just different people. There is no competition. There is no comparison. We just are who we are, honey. Okay? So let's feel it, honey. Feel it in your bones. Feel it in your bones, okay?
Yes, it is. Listen to that clown. Hold on, let me. I got to turn that around now. Let me just turn that around, Princella. Let's just make it easy for them to see. Look at this. Look at this fool. I gave the best dick when I was homeless. Ripped the bitch soul out her body just to take a shower. Which one of you dust-ass chicks is letting a nigga fuck you to take a shower? Huh? Don't sit up here and act like you getting cash apps from a nigga. Don't sit here and act like you telling a nigga to cash app you $1,000 if he want to smile at you. Stop acting like you letting these niggas fuck you on the floor so they can take a shower.
Oh my God. Yeah.
But y'all want to tell me I'm the extreme one. I'm the extreme one, and you letting a nigga bust a nut in you for a chicken nugget. Right?
Not a chicken nugget. Not a chicken.
Huh? What else he say? What else? I want to read the comments though. Cause it was a bunch of chicks. Just fucking dusty ass, broke ass, homeless ass niggas. Hold on. Hold on, damn it. Oh shoot! Why did I screenshot? Why did I not just share the original post?
Like a healthy level of shame that people used to feel. Like what? It's like low key what happened to shame a little bit. It's like have you no shame? You know what I'm saying? Like it used to be like it seemed like it was a healthy level of shame that people used to have that would like keep them from doing certain things. It's like, come on now, I got a little bit of shame. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't seem like anybody like has shame anymore. I guess the shame thing has gotten very, very toxic. But like I said, it used to be like a healthy level of shame that would just keep people from doing like the worst stuff.
Why you ain't just share the original post? Hold on. Share the original post, Princella. You should have just shared the original post.
Y'all, the guidebook is coming out tomorrow.
Y'all better be lucky. Y'all better be lucky it ain't readily findable, because I swear I was finna blast y'all ass for all these dudes out here talking about how many women they was able to screw while goddamn homeless, right? You better be glad I ain't putting you on blast like that. I can't find it. I should have just shared the original post. and I wouldn't have had to deal
The
with that.
religious
Oh, wait a minute.
system
Oh, yeah.
code, y'all. Step-by-step guide to
You
the
lucked up. All right, you lucked
tactic
up. Okay?
and impact
Right?
of religious narcissism comes out August.
I just want to know which one of y'all ass is sucking dick for a pork chop.
Yeah, that's my.
Which one of y'all sucking dick and then giving a nigga a shower?
Oh wow. No, don't do that, sis. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, sis. No.
Y'all got too much penis on your brain. Too much penis on your brain. And I'm just trying to show you why you need to get it off your brain. That's it. I'm just trying to show you the truth of why your ass need to get it off your brain, because you making some stupid ass decisions with that dusty ass, homeless ass, boo-boo stain ass shit in your brain. This is too sad. Okay? But let me go ahead and pull up Maslow's hierarchy and let me show you something. And then that's gonna be the end of it. That's gonna be it. Right? I'm a little disrespectful over here. Some of you, you know, I snatch edges off over here. I snatch them all the way off. All right. Maslow's hierarchy. Okay. Show y'all something.
I guess you.
Let me learn you something. Let me learn you something. Right? Baby, let me learn you. All right. All right, sweetheart. Listen. This is a damn triangle. Okay? It's a triangle. It's 180 degrees. Okay? And at the base is the foundation. The base is the foundation. It's the primary needs. You can't build nothing off without a foundation. You can't build nothing without a foundation. The foundation upholds all this shit here.
You know, when you are familiar with this Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it really puts things in a lot of perspective for you. You know, when you even when you think about the religious narcissists, you know, especially the ones that are, you know, in the ministry, you find them to be like really like, you know, with the whole soup kitchens and the thrift stores and the giveaways and all this stuff, right? Um, where it's like they are just really taking care of like the basic needs of the people. I mean, which is good. I mean, you know, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, there are instances where the goal is to keep people at this low level on the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Um, to where people aren't really being empowered to rise above those base level needs. You know what I'm saying? It's like those base level needs, when they are taken care of, it's like you can go higher and higher, right? You can go higher into um, the safety needs, the love and belonging needs, the esteem needs, self actualization, right? So you can't really climb, you know, if you don't have your base level of needs met, right? So, which is like your food, your shelter, your water, um, sleep, stuff like that, you know. So, if you don't have these basic needs met, you can't go higher. But to me, there seems to be a lot of systems in place. And it's not just like the government system. I also think that churches are guilty of this, um, in a lot of cases where they don't really push people, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better word, to rise higher on this on this pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Um, But then there are systems in place that seems like they want to keep people. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to keep people at this low level. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like some churches are guilty of that as well. So to me, that's kind of like feeding into this whole religious narcissism piece. And I knew like my father specifically was familiar with this whole Maslow's hierarchy of needs. He had even mentioned it in a sermon before. And I want to say I have that sermon recorded. But, when I thought about what he was saying, I knew that he realized that um, keeping people at this base low level of like basically functioning was also a way of feeding his own narcissistic needs, right? It kind of fed his supply because he would, um, like give people like a little money for maybe like working with him all day, right? So let's just use that for example. So that people would work with him all day, and he would just give them a little bit of money, so they basically only had enough money to maybe like just get something to eat that night, right? Then he would keep them work them all day, so they might have been a bit sleep deprived. So yeah, this works like maybe on a larger, longer scale, but narcissists play the long game, especially the religious ones, and they know that. Um, to me, a spiritual leader, their congregation should be progressing. Like um, there should be some way of like recording or knowing or addressing the change and the growth within your congregation. And if your congregation are staying at these basic low level of needs, and it's probably because they are spending most of their time with you serving your narcissistic ego needs, then it's possible that that's part of your game and that you really don't have any intention for the people who are under your leadership to actually progress and to reach these higher levels of purpose and personhood and and all of that. It seems like that's part of the game. That's part of the religious narcissist game, to keep people at a low level of their basic needs being met, never teaching them. Think about how many churches actually teach financial literacy. How many teach like skills, or you know what I'm saying, that people can actually go out and use. But how much money do they actually receive in tithe and offerings and all of that, to where they could be totally capable of having these types of programs so that their parishioners, their members, are constantly progressing? I don't know. I'm not a pastor, but I'm just saying. I just have a way of thinking about it, and I just don't think that a lot of churches these days are actually addressing the needs of the people who sit in the pews. They just don't. And more than likely, it's because there is a religious narcissist in the pulpit, and that really his main goal is to feed his own needs, whatever they may be: attention, money, service, sexual favors, access. Like it could be different for different ones. Well, it is different for different ones. But there is some type of service, there is some type of desire that they have within, that they are using their congregation or their church for, or their platform. And I think that we are doing ourselves a disservice by not really talking about this variety of the religious narcissists. They are dangerous. They're dangerous. Let's continue.
At the base of the pyramid, sweetie, is physiological needs. The physiological needs is food, water, sex, sleep, homeostasis, excretion, and breathing. That is the that's how the body functions. I need you to understand that sex is at the bottom, physiological need, right? It's a need. But when he made this, it was more focused on the male. Those scientists back then, those philosophers, they excluded women out of their assessments. You understand? So, when they looked at the physiological base, sex being a need was based on the male. Okay? So, I'm going to skip the rest of the stuff in the middle, but I need to go to the top. The top of the pyramid is where morality exists. Morality does not exist at the base of the pyramid. Morality exists at the top.
Let me make this big so y'all can see. So y'all can see it better. Look at that. Y'all see like where the self-actualization is. Morality, creativity, spontaneity, problem solving, lack of prejudice, and acceptance of facts. Y'all, those are some of the key elements of discernment, right? Some of the key elements of discernment. So, which means that if people are at this base level of really being, right, in how they're presenting in the world, they're at this base level. Then they're never getting to the point where they can actually critically think, problem solve, analyze, right? Because acceptance of facts is meaning that you are analyzing. Spontaneity, creativity, morality. People aren't able to do any type of self reflection, any analysis, any critical thinking when they are at the base level of their needs. So it's just really interesting when you see it like this and you realize that, like I said, there are entities, right, and institutions that seem to want to keep people trapped at this lower level of functioning. So that the morality, the creativity, the spontaneity, the problem solving, the lack of prejudice, the acceptance of facts is something that you never actually reach. Think about how many people there are walking around this world that have not reached the level where they can think critically, problem solve, discern. But when you see it in terms of this hierarchy of needs, and you break it down that way, then you can think about how the decision making is done in every area of a person's life, even when you talk about their health care, when you talk about their their job search and satisfaction, their relationships with their family members. When you think about it in terms of how they move about in the world, how they drive, how they spend their money, how, like all of the things. They're never reaching the level of where they can actually discern situations, people, places. So, how are people making decisions? How are people making decisions? Simply based on these lower level needs. They're not thinking about other people. They're not, it's not even at a point where they can really think outside of themselves. And this is made for a very dangerous world that we live in. Because we also have to realize that there is a concerted effort to keep people low. And there will be people who never rise above these low level needs. And they'll do anything just to meet those low level needs. I mean, their needs nonetheless. But what have people done for them? Let's keep going.
Morality is a byproduct of philosophy. Right? Philosophy is a theory or attitude held by a person or organization that acts as the guiding principle for behavior. Morality is a byproduct of that because morality tells you what is right and wrong to do based on the philosophy. Right and wrong is based on philosophy. Males do not have an internal moral compass. Males have to be taught morality. Ooh. Because if you don't teach them, they don't become. And this is why the male is blaming y'all for single mothers, because the woman does not know the nature of a male. And women, for some idiotic reason, think males are easier to raise than girls. So women, with their obsession with boys, they have these romantic obsessions with their sons. They have these, I don't know what type of obsession they have with their boys, but it's so obsessive that they allow their boys to be undisciplined. And what did Immanuel Kant say? He said, a man has to be disciplined, right? Because by nature, he is raw and wild. So males have to be controlled. But single mothers have obsessions with their sons and let them roam free. That's the reason why males are blaming you for producing all of the negative males out into the atmosphere. Because women don't know shit about males. They ain't even studied them.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? I mean, you guys know I have two sons myself, Um, but, ooh, yeah, I have seen some very toxic mother-son relationships. And yeah, I mean, it's a problem. So what do y'all think about that? Yeah, I think there's some validity in um, and men feeling like women are responsible for how men turn out. What are your thoughts on that?
So then you run across, but they don't understand that it's not the woman's, she didn't create this. The people at the top of the pyramid who created philosophy, and the byproduct of that philosophy of morality is the one that got the woman acting like that. Because he, the white male, is the creator of patriarchal philosophy. Capitalism, socialism, racism, all of that comes from the top of the pyramid, and the person at the top of the pyramid is the fucking white male. So this whole artificial infrastructure, the nature, the biological nature, which is at the bottom, the physiological nature, here's the thing. By biology, to maintain homeostasis, the biology responds to the particular environment unconsciously, automatically. It's an automatic response mechanism that happens at the base of the pyramid. So environment has a major impact on how homeostasis is going to play itself out. This is unconscious behavior. The woman does not know any better because she is not even studying philosophy. Women have been kept out of philosophy and education for centuries. So what women are actually getting, they think they're being educated, but they're just being trained. Women are not getting true education because the true education lies within philosophy. And women are not mastering or studying philosophy.
Do y'all think that that's something that that churches should be talking about? I mean, I probably have like maybe higher hopes for churches than maybe a lot of people do. But I just feel like I don't know. It just seems like as a hub of the community, you know, that it should be everything, that the community needs. I don't think it could be everything that a community needs unless it includes everybody in the community. And then in that case, it shouldn't even be a church, it should be a fellowship. I don't know. Let's look it up. What is a okay, let me see. Let's see, you guys. What's a fellowship? Okay, what is a fellowship? Okay, fellowship definition. A friendly association, especially with people who share one's interests. Okay. The second definition is the status of a fellow of a college or society. No, they don't tell us anything. Okay. Fellowship, a friendly feeling that exists between people who have shared interests or are doing something as a group. Hold on, y'all. Hey, sugar, I'm on live. You obviously ain't watching me. Oh my gosh. Okay, bye. Oh, nice. Y'all know I'm turning 43 tomorrow. My mom was called and gave me like a pre birthday greeting. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. So right, like shouldn't it be like a fellowship? And I just think we've gotten so toxic when it comes to like a lot of stuff that we do. Let's keep going.
So what has happened in this patriarchal system, What has happened in the patriarchal system is the male who needs education and control and discipline has been put out front and on top of the female. The female has been kept from education and has been trained and cultivated to serve the needs of a male, inflating his ego and causing him to be reckless and violent with no controls. That's what the fuck happened. And then the male knocked a woman up with so many kids that it boomed the population. And since the male sperm swims faster than female sperms, more males are being produced than women, and women can't control them, and they destroying the motherfucking world. That's what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And that's what you're seeing out in the world.
I did not think of that.
So why we still talking to males to get them to try to be some fairy tale lie that has been sold to you? The male is not capable of living in a nuclear family. He's not capable of being monogamous. He's not capable of even controlling all of these chemicals flowing through his body because his brain ain't even wired to do that. He's supposed to be in the damn wild. But you got a wild animal living in the damn house, who is sexually charged and who gets sexually aroused through visual processing. And then you got your daughters growing up in front of them, not understanding that males are attracted to underage girls, underage kids, and you got them around your damn kids. Because you don't know the nature of a male, because you want to feel like a princess. You want to rest in your femininity. You want to be lazy and give a responsibility that's naturally and divinely yours. You want to be lazy and give it to a fucking predator. You want to be lazy and give it to a damn predator. And then you wonder why you wonder why they are running out of control. They keep telling you, let him, you let him, you let him, and you are letting him. Because the male knows his divine place, which is to be controlled and governed by women. And since you're letting them, because you don't know your divine place, you don't know who you are, because you've been listening to males teach, coach, and train you through religion. Amaya,
She's right.
you've been letting Farrakhan them talk. In the comments section on the show that I was on, I went back and I read them in the comments. Somebody in the comments section said that I was lying about Farrakhan. What? See, these people want to believe in lies. They want to believe in fucking lies. So,
What y'all think?
change.
Sonya Bo said in the 90s, I wanted to pimp
Change.
out to makers because makers made females do everything and anything. I changed my mind.
They won't believe in
Speaking
lies.
of that phase I had, LOL. I had a whole
Oh, man.
you have a whole fling child. It looked like it.
They've been teaching, coaching, and training you and sedating you through religion. Hold on.
Yeah, I was seeing that like at an early age. I was just hearing it and seeing it in the pulpit. The same thing, like this manipulation through religion. I was just like, this is crazy. I just remember thinking that, like, even as a little girl, that it just didn't even make sense to me. You know, like, why you gotta stay when you being abused and stuff? You know, and it's just like, why does it just like the Bible seem to bind you to like stuff that don't really make sense? You know? And then, when I learned that the Bible was like, altered, then, I started to like really pray that God give me, the discernment to know what I'm reading when I'm reading it. Like, okay, how do I make sense of this story? Is this something that's been altered? What can I take from this book, from the Bible, that is going to feed my spirit, but not, but leave the stuff that just clearly don't sound right. Like, I just wanted to be able to like still find peace and comfort and a good word, from the Bible, without like throwing the whole thing away, knowing that it was altered, and the meanings, and and stuff like that. You really need to be discerning in what you're reading in the Bible. I mean, clearly, we see how, even the guy that was on there, on the last review that I did, and how he was citing the Bible when he was talking about killing all black women. And it was just like, what? And then he was like, all American black women. And I'm just like, how do you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody need to be careful. And I'm like, I'm telling my white sisters, like, y'all better stop getting these tans. Y'all don't make a mistake and start looking like a black American woman. And you get caught in the crossfires. But what is going on to where we can all be reading the same book, but we get totally different meanings? We get a totally different word from it. How does he read the Bible that tells him to kill women like me? And then how do I read the Bible and I find peace and comfort and strength in it? Like, what in the world are we? Like, are we reading this? Reading the same Bible? What's going on here?
Oh, let's see. Bam. If you come to the High Power Podcast, you come here to get truth. You don't come here to get no bullshit. We not talking. I don't need to hear nobody else's perspective on what can men do. Man, fuck that. It's about you now. It's about you. And I can't tell you to stop talking to him. I got to give you a strong ass reason why you need to stop talking to him. I need to give you a strong ass reason why you need to stop wasting your damn time. I can't just tell you to do it. I got to show you why. And one thing I ain't telling you to do is reason with a damn predator and keep praying for a damn fairy tale. That ain't what I'm gonna tell you. That sure ain't what I'm gonna tell you. But let's hear Princella lie about Farrakhan, right? Let's hear Princella lie about Farrakhan. Farrakhan is a pimp.
When you fall in love with a man, that love makes you willing to give yourself up. I'm not talking about giving up your body. I'm talking about giving up your mind, giving up your own aspirations, your own desires for your future. When you fall in love with a man, you give up your life to accept his life. That, look here now. See me talking to him, brother. And they ain't arguing with me.
Baby, he got you.
No, he didn't say they ain't arguing with me. Why he trying? Why they got this? God, why they got the soft piano though? Like,
Farrakhan is
why? Yeah, they ain't
a pimp.
me.
When you fall in love with a man, that love makes you willing to give yourself up. I'm not talking about giving up your body. I'm talking about giving up your mind.
Giving up your mind.
Giving up your own aspirations.
Giving up your own aspirations.
your own desires for your future. When you fall in love with a man, you give up your life to accept his life. Now, look here now. You see me talking to him, brother. And they ain't arguing with me either.
Baby, he got you on a leash like a fucking dog to bring you down to the predator's level so that the predator got an easy way to get his prey. Making it easy for you to get preyed on. You've been conditioned through fucking religion to serve the needs of a male, to serve the needs of a predator. And what did Emmanuel Kant say? He said, even if you can give a man everything he desires, and even still he won't think it's everything.
Yeah, he said she don't just give up her body, honey. She give up her mind, her desires, her own aspirations. Y'all, what in the world? Why you gotta give up all that? He said you gotta give up your life. Oh my god. Oh. Have I been doing it wrong?
You have been conditioned through religion to lower yourself so the predator could have easy access to you to get his needs met. Period.
When you fall in love with a man,
and this is why I keep telling y'all, the love card is their power card. They have kept you out of the knowledge of the nature of a male and sold you Disney and sold you a romanticized idea of love so you would voluntarily lower your own access point for them to suck you dry. If you knew the 5 components of love and what love really was, this shit wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
I got that book too, you guys. I got it, the ebook version of it, of the 5 components of love. And I told y'all yesterday I got the game, the 41 Shades of Men by Princella. It's the pursuit to subdue and use you. Is my microphone loud, y'all? Am I loud? Well, I guess if I'm loud, y'all just turn me down on your own, devices. I guess you wonder where I've been. Search to find the love within. I came back to love you. Oh, that's what I was doing. Got a thing for you. Okay, let me see. Okay, so, it's the 5 components of love, discovering the true meaning of love. And let me see, I'm going to read some of the table of contents to y'all. Okay, table of contents, chapter 1 is the journey to the discovery of love. Chapter 3 is seek first understanding. Chapter 3, where is your compassion? Chapter 4, the sacrificial lamb. Chapter 5, ensure survival. Chapter 6, the ultimate sacrifice. Chapter 7, there is no greater love than self-love. Chapter 8, possession. And chapter 9 is forgiveness. Y'all. You know what? As a matter of fact, I started reading the preface, right? Or preface. I don't know how you guys say it. I say preface because you know I'm extra. Do y'all want me to read it to you? Do y'all want me to read it to you? It started to sound a lot familiar. I was like, okay, it already sounds like sis telling my story. It says the preface says, in November 2014, a young aspiring model found herself in the throes of a distressing situation. The attractive mother of an 8-year-old son was entangled in a volatile relationship, and wanted nothing more than to break the hold her emotionally unstable ex-lover had on her life. She never imagined she would end up here. Prior to their breakup, they were someone's couple goals on social media, a social media dream team. Their daily Facebook statuses consisted mainly of affirmations of their love for one another. The timeline was a collage of romantic, joyful pictures taken at various events, a collection of tender images set against backdrops of exciting cities that told a story of what seemed like a happy couple deeply in love. And then it all changed. When they parted ways, this once doting Prince Charming turned into a menacing cyber stalker. He harassed her mercilessly, showing up at her apartment and her job at all hours. He even set small fires in front of her home. He took to social media once again, this time to threaten her and post disturbing status updates that suggested he suffered from serious emotional instability. Most of their friends and family barely noticed the haunting messages, but she took note. She often asked herself, what could have possibly happened to cause such a troubling change in his behavior? This is an all too familiar scenario. Y'all, didn't I start my book with this is all too familiar? Okay, listen, I'm trying to listen. I'm telling you that it's certain like words and phrases that everybody who like had any type of like dealings with a narcissist, they always say it's like all too familiar. Like these familiar tactics, they don't really too much change the tactics too much, you guys. And it's like this again. It's crazy. Okay, this is an all too familiar scenario. Romantic breakups are rarely, if ever, easy. Many people experience a myriad of emotions ranging from sadness to anger after splitting up. These feelings are normal, depending on who you talk to. Some may argue it is best to control their reactions, repress them, if possible, bury them. However, the most dangerous and detrimental thing a person can do is withhold emotion. This form of avoidance can severely affect the subconscious mind as it does battle with suppressed moods yearning for freedom. I've encountered people who not only believe emotions such as anger should be curbed, they are also convinced that love hurts, especially those who grew up on fairy tales like Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Snow White, and Beauty and the Beast. They sincerely never envisioned love as something painful. Y'all, ooh, y'all need to get this. Y'all need to get this because it's already. Anecdotal evidence shows that the negative feelings previously mentioned can be a byproduct of love. What's more, those negative feelings can shift into negative actions. A basic understanding of the human psyche shows that emotion, complex stages of feelings that result in physical or psychological changes, influence thought and behavior. Mary Lamia, a clinical psychologist and photoanalyst, writes, a great deal of our decisions are informed by emotional responses because emotions are designed to appraise and summarize an experience and inform action. In this book, I will explore the intensity of these powerful forces as it relates to love. I've seen firsthand how potent the trajectory between love and the I'm sorry, physiological reactions it elicit can be. Okay, so then she goes on to write more, but I'm gonna stop right here. On this, y'all gotta get this. Let me know if y'all wanna like read more of it, but like, yo, like this is so good. Like I'm such a nerdy, a nerd when it comes to like books and stuff. I have a few in my collection that we definitely can read together, or I could just read excerpts from different books that I like. Y'all let me know what y'all want to do, honey, okay? Because we like to read over here, okay? So what did y'all think? That was a really good opening to the 5 components of love. So we'll keep reading at another time, and then I want to read y'all some of this other book that I have of hers, the 41 Shades of Men. I'll read a little bit of that in a minute, but let's keep on watching the video.
Because what they're telling you to do is fall in love and give up all your love.
Okay.
Predator. Baby, he got you on a leash like a fucking dog to bring you down to the predator's level so that the predator got an easy way to get his prey. Making it easy for you to get preyed on. You've been conditioned through fucking religion to serve the needs of a male, to serve the needs of a predator. And what did Immanuel Kant say? He said, even if you can give a man everything he desires, and even still he won't think it's everything. You have been conditioned through religion to lower yourself so the predator could have easy access to you to get his needs met. Period.
When you fall in love with a man,
and this is why I keep telling y'all, the love card is their power card. They have kept you out of the knowledge of the nature of a male and sold you Disney and sold you a romanticized idea of love so you would voluntarily lower your own access point for them to suck you dry. If you knew the 5 components of love and what love really was, this shit wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. Because what they're telling you to do is fall in love and give up all your goddamn resources. They did it through religion. They did it through R&B music. They attacked you in every fucking way possible. But I'm extreme, no. I'm extreme. But the truth is right in front of you.
sister, when you fall in love with a man, that love makes you willing to give yourself up. I'm not talking about giving up your body. I'm talking about giving up your mind.
Giving up your mind. Your mind is the most sacred place on your fucking body. Because when a person got your mind, they control everything that you do.
Oh my God.
They control everything about you when they got control of your mind. Have any of y'all read The Miseducation of the Negro? Let me pull up Dr. Carter G. Woodson, Miseducation of the Negro. What does he say about controlling the mind?
And then y'all, they put that soft music with it, and that is like it's supposed to like lull you, like to sleep basically, where you're not really thinking. You're just gonna go along with it because it sounds good, and then you put a nice little soft music with it. I mean, I was a praise and worship leader, and then I used to get up and sing right after my father.
Dr. Carter G.
And it
Woodson.
was like the same effect. It was the same effect, and I was realizing that my voice was like used, not in a way that was uplifting to God, but in a way that was uplifting to my father. Because after he would say all the crap he would say, and I would get up there and sing, like, y'all, it just feels like so dirty, like now. No, it feels so dirty now, because it's like, no, don't use me to to like hypnotize the people. You know what I'm saying? To help indoctrinate and help to hypnotize. And that is exactly what adding the music does to it. Now, if you heard him say what he said without the music, it's gonna have its impact because of the way, these charismatic leaders talk. They talk with a certain cadence, emphasizing certain words and stuff like that. And that's another thing that I was talking to you guys about in my memoir, The Pastor's Daughter Provoked. Let me just pull that up so you can see what that looks like as well. So, you can order that from my website or you can order it on Amazon. But that's the same thing that I was telling you guys about my father. It was a certain way he emphasized words, a certain way he dragged words out. Little, the slang or the twang or whatever he puts on words. And these charismatic leaders like that, like they know that there is a certain cadence of their voice, or even a sing-songy way of saying things that will aid in really kind of tricking you into believing what they're saying and doing what they're saying. Um, so just to kind of, okay, let's just put it in a little bit of perspective, right? Like, let's say, I like, since I've been gone from the church, one of the songs that I used to, well, I still love, but one of the songs that I sang, that has like some, I guess, harmful messaging in it is, I Surrender All, right? Um, y'all know this. I surrender all, right? I surrender all, all to thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all, right? Okay, so now the definition of surrender is to cease resistance to an enemy or opponent and submit to their authority. Um, and then, of course, the noun is the act of surrendering. But someone mentioned that, is that necessarily the, I don't know, like, is that the right wording, that we should be using in that, in different worship songs and stuff like that? Or is that like kind of like harmful messaging? And I don't really know. And then like now I'm looking up a different definition of it, right? It says it's the real meaning of surrender is to give over to the power, control, or possession of another, especially by force. But then I just see, like, I don't know, like, what do y'all think, right? And then the second part is to give oneself over to something, to surrender. So it's like, I mean, I guess it kind of has like a little bit of a negative connotation, but see, I don't know. Because words do have meaning, right? Like when you think about spelling, right? Words are spells, which is why they call it spelling. So we know that the words that we say, the words that we sing, can have more implication than we think on the surface, I guess. I don't know. Like, this is just, I don't know, it's just weird to me. But like, I used to like love it so much. Oh, to Jesus I surrender all to Him. I freely give. Right? I will ever love and trust Him in His presence daily. Is that right? All to Jesus I surrender. Humbly at His feet I bow. I think that's right. Worldly pleasure all forsaken. Take me, Jesus, take me now. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all. Okay, y'all, it's been some years. Oh, it's been some years since your girl has this song. Okay. But anyway, I don't know. It just didn't really seem like there was anything harmful about those lyrics. It just really doesn't. What do y'all think? Like, do y'all think there was anything harmful about it? I don't think so. But then when you look up the definition of surrender, it's like, okay, maybe there could have been another word used right there. But like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't know. We're just gonna, I don't know. I still like the song. Okay. Like, I think I'm just gonna continue, singing it if I want to sing it. Okay.
If you can control a man's thinking, you do not have to worry about his action. When you determine what a man shall think, you do not have to concern yourself with what he will do. If you make a man feel that he is inferior, you do not have to compel. You do not have to compel him to accept an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. If you make a man think that he is justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door. He will go without being told. And if there is no back door, his very nature will demand one. Your mind is the most sacred place on your whole entire body. Because if you can control your thinking, you ain't got to worry about your actions. And what is Farrakhan telling you to do?
Give up.
When you quote unquote fall in love with a man,
Desire?
he telling you to give up your mind.
Emotion?
Your whole fucking mind.
Yeah. He is wild. He is wild for that. Like, dude, come on. Like, I'm not gonna give up my mind.
Love makes you willing to give yourself up. I'm not talking about giving up your body. I'm talking about giving up your mind, giving up your own aspirations.
And you wonder why you depressed and you sucked dry because you believe that you're supposed to give up your own aspirations for an empty vessel. Give up your mind, your own aspirations, and the desires for your future. Give up everything. Give it all up.
Do you believe in that?
Your own desires for your future. When you fall in love with a man, you give up your life to accept his life. That, look here now. See me talking to him.
Did y'all see how it was panning? The camera was just panning across like the ladies, and they was just like, look at her right there. Oh Lord, y'all look at y'all. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying, like, look how just sad everybody looks. You talking about you gotta give up your mind? Yo, that sound like the enemy. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy what? Your mind, your will, your emotions, your everything. That just sounds so dangerous.
The vessel. Give up your mind, your own aspirations, and the desires for your future. Give up everything.
Yo,
Give it all up.
she looked like she already gave it all up.
Your own desires for your future. When you fall in love with a man, you give up your life to accept his life.
Yo,
That, look here now.
yo,
See me talking to
yo, did you see? Yo, did y'all see? It's not funny. It's not funny. Stop laughing, y'all. Stop laughing. It's not funny. It is not. Stop it. Stop it. It's not funny. Okay.
him, brother. And they ain't arguing with me.
He got you controlled. This is what they do. And they brag to each other. Farrakhan is a pimp behind fucking religion. He's a pimp.
Y'all look at his face as she said. He does have that. He does have that face. He looks so guilty right there. Yeah, he looks so guilty. He looks so guilty. Look, yeah. Do y'all know how many pimps are in the pulpits? Do you hear me? Honey, they came straight off the street and into the church, right into the pulpit, y'all. Like, hear me what I say.
That's
The music, though.
to play games with a woman.
That's why it's so dangerous to play games with a woman, trying to clean it up and make it seem righteous and spiritual. But listen to what he say. Listen to what he say.
I'm telling you, brother, if you don't mean her no good, please leave her alone. Don't play with her. Don't take her body.
Take her body.
Don't play with her.
Y'all hear it? The cadence of it? Please leave her alone. Don't play with her. Don't play with her body. Like, come on, y'all.
Don't take her body. Don't take her pleasure. Cause see, he done brought you down now. He done got in your fucking head. And he done brought you down off your high horse to the vulture.
Look at the man. Now look at the y'all look at the man in the audience now. Oh my god. The shady cameraman though. You see how he paying on the women during a certain time? And now they paying it on the men. Please leave her alone. Don't play with her. Don't play with her body. And look at him. Look at the dudes in the audience.
And then he telling them not to act in their nature. He's telling the male not to act in his nature. Don't play with her, his nature. Don't take her pleasure. You gonna tell a male whose biological purpose to fuck, not to fuck if the pussy is there? Game.
Look.
Game, god damn it, game.
Right now. He said, dude, you just told her to give up her body, her mind, her desires, her everything, child. And you think I ain't gonna play? Look at him. Look how the dudes is looking.
And it's been religion to do this to you.
Don't
One
take her.
dude was clapping. What? Why only one dude clapped? Now, when he was talking to the ladies, everybody was clapping. Were they not? Were they not? And now he's talking. Now he's talking to the dudes. It's one dude clapping. The rest of them look like, oh, we gonna play with her. Oh, we gonna play with her for sure. Look.
Don't take her pleasure. Leave her alone.
He ain't gonna leave her alone, and you know that. You fucking know that.
They're not. It's a whole bunch of them.
Immanuel Kant says men need discipline
They're like, yes.
because by nature they are raw and wild. The male has an inability, a hard time controlling his own nature, and by the doggone research paper, it told
Yeah,
you.
why only one dude clap? The rest of y'all know how dogs be looking like when they own her, when they own her, be like having like a big old juicy piece of meat in front of them, right? And the dogs just be sitting there like they don't want to make no type of move, they don't want to make no sound. They're gonna be real good till he give them the go. You know, that's exactly. Let's go back. That's exactly how them dudes look. Tell me I'm lying. Hold on, tell me I'm lying.
Because by nature they are raw and wild.
Hold on. Yes, that's how they was.
Immanuel Kant said,
Don't take her place.
Look at them. Tell me I'm lying. They look just like them dogs that stand right there, and they master be like, you know, like don't move until, and they just got the juicy piece of meat just like right there, just dangling it, and the dog is just being so good, he barely even want to like wag his tail, like don't make no movements until you give us the go. That's exactly how they look, y'all. Look.
Pleasure. Leave her alone.
Let's
to do this to you.
y'all look.
Don't take her
Everybody else look like they ready to pounce. They are ready to
pleasure.
hear me.
Leave her alone.
He ain't gonna leave her alone, and you know that. You fucking know that.
They said it like a bunch of hungry dogs. Just
Immanuel Kant says men need discipline because by nature they are raw and wild. The male has an inability, a hard time controlling his own nature, and by the doggone research paper, it told you that the only thing that's keeping the male governed is law and law enforcement. Society. Without law and law enforcement, what did Immanuel Kant say? It would be a fucking wilderness with no end goal, no purpose. That's the reason why Malcolm X said a nation can rise no higher than its woman, because if it's in the hands of a male, it ain't going no goddamn where. It's going into the fucking ground, and you can see that all around you. But you think it's something that you need to do to fix the male. You don't need to fix the male, you need to fix yourself. You don't need to fix him. He can't be fixed.
and that's a harsh reality for a lot of women, especially those who feel like they have to save people. You have that savior complex, or you have that like I don't know, like if it's some type of I don't know, it's some type of sickness child. Some type of sickness child. Okay. When you have that desire to, it's like in that conditioning, that you can change a person. You really set yourself up for failure. The best thing to do is to worry about yourself. But in the meantime, you have to cut access. You have to cut access. And I had to do that with my own father, and a couple brothers, and some other family members. And so, I guess, my kind of like perspective on what she's saying is that we don't always just need to look at it in terms of the men who are our lovers or whatever, who are exhibiting this toxic behavior. And we know, that, the ones that are doing it. And we don't need to get caught up in the whole not all conversation. and all of that. But for people who don't necessarily have like that discernment, who really need to work on their discernment skills, I would suggest you cut everybody off. Um, in the way that Princella is talking about, so that you can do the work to heal, and that your discernment, is something that you also work on. And then that way, if and when, or, maybe you won't, but if you do decide to like re-engage, with men, then you will be able to make better decisions. It's not all, we know that it's not all, but a lot of us simply lack the discernment to be able to decipher, and to analyze and to think critically about the people that we are engaging with. Um, and so the best thing to do is to go, just take a step back and really like level yourself up, your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, your relationships with your children, your relationships with other women, building a community of supportive individuals, but also using your discernment even when it comes to interacting with other women, because, there are toxic women out there as well. And so we just really need to use discernment all the way around. It's not, it's like, from what I can see, is that a lot of this stuff is coming off as race war first, right? Now it's like a gender war. But the Bible already tells us that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So we have to realize that even as a person presents themselves, as far as gender wise, race wise, or whatever, that's not the indicator of who they are and how they are spiritually. And so we need to be working on our spiritual discernment, as well, so that we are able to determine the right people to be around spiritually, that spiritually align with, where we're going and what we believe, and being kingdom focused, and, and all of that. So it's almost like it's coming off as a gender war, but still, the way that like I focus what I'm doing as far as like, you know, my service to the community is I'm serving women, daughters. Um, so, but that's like a way of really like targeting and niching down to the people that I feel like I can serve best, but also to the group that I have a passion for, a love for, and I feel like that I will have the most impact with. And so I think that that's women, but I am also of the understanding that there are a lot of women that you can't fool with too. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense, y'all? So like, you just have to you just have to really use your discernment, um, in this day and time. Period.
Convinced that if a woman likes you,
I don't do nothing but give you the raw truth. And if you waste your time listening to these male podcasts, then you putting garbage in your body, and you're not putting the time that you need to be putting into yourself when you got the freedom to do it now. You got the freedom to do it now, so why don't you want to be free? Are you afraid of freedom? Why don't you want to be free? Why do you want penis to conquer you? Why do you think you need penis so bad? Why?
I am free.
Because you don't.
Praise the Lord.
You got a wide open floor to become the best version of yourself, and you got a strong reason why you should disconnect and focus on yourself.
It's such a blessing.
All right? Now, you got an opportunity to call in. 832-627-6575. Tell me if you like what you heard tonight.
Yeah, I remember that song. I am free. Praise the Lord. I'm free. No longer bound. No more chains holding me. My soul is resting. And it's such a blessing. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I'm free. Okay, look at God. Look at God, honey. Do y'all remember that song? Y'all remember how, like, y'all, some of them songs that just give us so much comfort, you know? Just so much comfort.
What did you learn tonight? What you got to say to me tonight?
What did y'all think?
While I'm waiting on you to hit my line. And hey, listen, let's keep it short. No more than 3 minutes. All right? All right? No more than 3 minutes. If you hear that, then it's your time is up. Just be quick.
Enjoyed her.
Because sometimes we can go on too long. But think about what you want to say. Call in, say it, and boom, let somebody else call. All right? Let's see.
She does a call-in portion of her show at the end of each show, and sometimes like the things that her subscribers and followers, like some of the things that they call in and talk about is. Hold on one second.
Hello, who am I speaking with?
Hello, Queen Maker. How are you? This is Lou.
Hey, Lou, how you doing?
Good. I know you said that we have a maximum of 3 minutes, but I'm calling to let you know that I'm calling from Toronto, Toronto, Canada, and I just want to tell you that you're doing an amazing job. And I agree. I think a lot of Black women, you melanated women, really need to keep their legs closed. We hold a lot of power within us, and a lot of these dudes, they are a part of some really demonic fraternities that are draining divine energy from our wombs. It is from the wombs that we create life, their life. And, I think a lot of Black women, they need to comprehend that they need to heal their womb, they need to heal their spirit, they need to heal their mind, they need to heal their bodies, they need to remove themselves from a space where these dudes are working as vampires. They really need to hear it. And I appreciate you, goddesses like you, who have the strength and the power to come up here and to say this, because a lot of women are losing their lives, literally and spiritually. They're losing their lives, they're losing their minds, just to appease to vampire, demonic, low vibrational dudes. And honestly, it's sad to see. It really is. And it's beyond sad, because we've seen it with our mothers, with our aunts, with our grandmothers. We've seen it with the women around us, but because we were so psychologically programmed,
right,
that we just think that's all we could do, and they're the only ones that we could attach to. When they need us, we don't need them, they need us. And until we realize our worth and our value, then we're just going to continue to be their prey. Prey, Prey. They're going to prey and hunt us, and they're going to continue to prey on their demons to sacrifice us at the same time. And that's what's already happening, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Real talk. Thank you so much for giving us the word.
Yes, you're welcome. And thank you for always just, stepping up and bringing that energy, because honestly, right now we're in something called the photon belt. It's a light phase within this universe, and there's a lot of light being shunned upon the truth. And if we don't open our eyes, it's going to be too late.
Right.
And it's already late for a lot of women. So, I just learned about the three young sisters, the three little girls that lost their lives just last June in 2022. I didn't hear about this. And these are three little girls, and the mother is trying to find out from her cousin what happened, the young man who she left her children with, from what I recall. And the cousin, his mother, is preventing him from speaking to the cops. Like, I mean, this is 2023. How are we just hearing about these three little girls now? Like, this is the type of sacrifice that we're hearing. We're hearing about the little boy who was thrown into the river and or whatever water it was, and caught in the alligator mouth. Listen, like, if we don't pay attention to the signs that the divine universe is showing us, I don't know what else we need to see.
I don't know what else we need to see either, because it's in front of us. And so the only thing I can say is, you either gonna get on the ark, or you're gonna be out there, and you're just gonna be out there, right? You need to get around a different vibration of people. You need to get around different information, okay? But continuing to feed yourself with this garbage, focusing on the... Hold on. Hey, it's real simple. Y'all don't have to keep calling. I will call you back. But if I'm on the line, don't bombard my line. I see you calling. I'll get back to you. But what I'm not going to do is just hang up on the person that I'm actually talking to answer your call. Be patient. All right, continue.
I appreciate that. And I'm not going to hold up the line. I think it's just, I appreciate the universe for allowing me to call in at this time. Usually I catch your lives after they're done. But, I'm sending that energy towards you to protect you, to guide you, and, I'm requesting of the universe that the women who are listening to you, the numbers will grow, and that they will close off their wounds, their legs to these demons. Like, this is a manifestation. They're opening up their bodies and their spirits as vessels to let these entities inside of them. They're turning on DNA strands that pull them lower down into lower vibrations to do things to the divine goddesses who are asleep. And if the divine goddesses remain asleep, there will continue to be sacrifices and blood sacrifices to demons that they worship. This is real stuff. Like, it may sound crazy to a lot of people, but this is no joke. This is not a joke. Like, these are things that were spoken about in ancient scrolls. They said these times would come. I didn't realize it was going to be this bad until that Kevin Samuels popped his head up like a snake in 2020. Right? So if we don't see the signs, as the mitochondrial DNA that was placed on top of this planet to feed all of these races, if we don't open our eyes as the mitochondrial Eve, I don't know what to tell some of these women. So I don't want to hold up the line, but bless you, sending many just abundance to you, and may the all continue to protect you. Have a good evening, okay?
You too. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, cool. Do you guys believe in that? Like, do you believe in the things that she was saying, like the demonic parts of things about opening your legs and, and allowing spiritually deficient? I don't know. Like, what are y'all's thoughts about that? Do y'all believe in that? I mean, I would imagine that not everyone believes in that type of thing, but do y'all? Do y'all believe it? I definitely do. I mean, I just feel like we are spiritual beings. And so, really, even the things that we do as like living this human experience, it affects us spiritually, and vice versa. And that even when we think about like healing and repairing ourselves and emerging as better, then we need to look at it in a holistic way, like looking at the human aspect of things and also the spiritual aspect of things. And I think that sometimes my beef with church stuff from time to time is that it seems like they focus mostly on the spiritual aspect of things, and not everybody can understand that. Because again, a lot of people have not reached that level on the hierarchy, to really be able to think on that level. And so, you have to be a ministry that can speak to people at all levels, um, and that encourages and provides the community to help people to rise to their higher levels of being. I believe that we all have a purpose, that we all have a reason for being here. And that when people don't know their purpose in life, then they're like at a very dangerous position in life. Because I really believe that not knowing your purpose is dangerous. Um, I mean, it's just like you have no guidance, you have no vision, you have no reason, you have no why, I mean, it's just like, why am I here, Um, and maybe, I don't know, maybe a lot of people, some people don't think like that. But I tend to think that most people do. And that if people weren't worried about the low level aspect of things, then they can think about their lives on a in a purpose driven way, you know. And that should be more of the guiding light for behavior and morality and all of that stuff, more so than the threat of punishment and or to go along with the rules. But again, I guess from what Princella is saying is that on average, the male does not have that. Um, I don't. I can't. I don't know if she's saying that they don't have the capability, or they don't have the desire. Um, that they don't have the emotional intelligence to think about it in those terms. Do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Okay, does that make sense, y'all? So, what do y'all think about what we saw? Obviously, we could listen to a couple more of the calls, but that was the end of the show, and it was great, just like all of our shows. So, you guys, I always encourage you to go over to her channel and subscribe and do all the things. And I'm hoping that you're doing all the things over here on my channel too. Subscribe, like the video, hit the notification so you know when everybody's going live. And let me read this chapter 17 of Princella's book, and it's the game 41 Shades of Men, and it's the pursuit to subdue and use you. And this particular chapter is chapter 17, and it's the narcissist man. Okay, and it reads as this: narcissists burn your sanity, erode your self esteem, and make you doubt your own judgments and perceptions. And that's a quote by Invaji. Okay, so the chapter starts like this: the majority of narcissists are men. There is a reason for that. It's called NPD, Narcissistic Personality Disorder. From 2005 to 2010, I went to college and majored in biology with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. What I learned in my entry level biology class is that life has seven characteristics. In order for something to be classified as living, it must meet all seven characteristics of life. The seven are: 1. It must respond to environmental stimuli. 2. Have cells. 3. Change and grow. 4. Reproduction. 5. Complex chemistry. 6. Maintain homeostasis. And 7. Energy processing. Based on these seven characteristics, we have to conclude that males are living beings, even though sometimes they act as if they aren't. The most important part of this list for this chapter is the first characteristics: respond to environmental stimuli. Why is this the most important? Because the natural and normal response to stimuli keeps everything in homeostasis. Most disorders are a result of a response to anti-natural stimuli. When a natural stimulus is introduced, the behavioral response is consistent with that of other living organismal responses, which maintain balance in the environment and within the organism itself. When an anti-natural stimulus is introduced, the behavior of the organism takes an odd turn. The word NPD says it in and of itself. The disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder is a result of the natural order of life being flipped on its head and placing the male, who has a weak ego, into a position that overinflates his ego. Nature created woman as man's natural governor. Women kept the male ego in check. The male recognized her as the superior and bowed to her as God. Therefore, he never questioned or felt threatened by her ability to overachieve and outperform him. But ever since God was recast as a male, males have had a difficult time accepting the superiority of women. Instead of worshiping her, following her, and helping her maintain earth, he sought to conquer her and prove his dominance. In this modern day and age, males are extremely fragile and sensitive to criticism. Today, he is threatened by a woman's achievements. He has a difficult time proving his dominance without handicapped assistance from laws and brainwashing techniques to give him an unfair advantage over her. There was a time this was not the case. However, since the induction of patriarchal philosophy by the Caucasian male, males have become increasingly more mentally and emotionally fragile. On top of that, during World War II, the government made it a point to exacerbate male nature and connected to his sense of manhood for their purposes. The war promoted male aggression and stoicism as major traits of manhood. Both aggression and stoicism are natural male deficiencies. I say deficiencies because they benefit him in the wild, but debilitate him in a community and social setting. Males are not communal and social by nature. Because the war campaigns inflated this nature, it added insult to injury. It created an additional psychological burden on the male, which made it hard for him to adjust to society when the world changed to operate more communally and socially. Today, the male is still having a hard time not associating his manhood with these characteristics that are unique to testosterone. Humans are the cells of this living organism of Earth. The Earth is in peace, harmony, and stability when it is in a state of homeostasis. The planet is out of that state right now. There are 70 million more males than females in China and India as a result of the government's anti natural policies that murdered millions of baby girls. This gender imbalance created a ripple effect of political, economical, and social dysfunctions throughout the globe. This living organism, planet Earth, is required to be in homeostasis for its optimal function of sustaining life within it. However, due to the overpopulation of males on the planet, the humans in general, it is it is completely out of homeostasis. Thus, why it has become cancerous. The male is the cancer in this planetary body. It is his overinflated ego, obsession with power, and selfish hoarding nature allowed to run free due to patriarchal philosophy that has wreaked havoc on the planet. Narcissistic personality is a disorder created as a result of the male adapting to this unnatural environment. This cannot be this cannot be rectified in the existing male or current environment. The artificial environment would have to revert back to a natural environment, and the new offspring would have to adapt to the new environment to correct NPD. NPD is a danger to women and others because these individuals seek specifically to feed their ego slash self identity. This should now lead you to question what his self identity consists of. You must know and remember the male nature is what is inflated. This cannot be stressed enough. Males have been conditioned to see masculine energy as the primary and superior energy in all of life. Part of this masculine energy consists of testosterone, a chemical which induces violence and aggression in males. This chemical is unique to males as it distinguishes them from women. Therefore, they place a heavy stock into this chemical. Every effect this chemical has on a male makes him feel as a unique individual, thus is highlighted as a characteristic of his manhood. A few of the effects are as follows: violence, aggression, high sex drive, lack of ability to be stable and still, and lack of communicative proficiency and reduced empathy. So many times, when these males get with women, they are getting with them for the sole intent of using them as emotional punching bags to make themselves feel more superior. They enjoy making you cry. They enjoy any amount of energy you give them if it is if it is negative. Excuse me, even if it is negative. They will intentionally seek out weaker women to feed to feed their sense of superiority. And then she ends the chapter here with her advice. It says, "My advice: learn to love yourself. Love yourself and eliminate the need for a partner. Get the 5 components of love book and workbook. Come to the virtual workshop, Love, Men, and Manipulation Decoded. Here you will find that you have never loved, never been loved, and never known love. You will then be shown love and how to pierce the veil of deception using actual love." Y'all, okay, listen. Listen, that was given. That was given what it was supposed to give, was it not? It was giving. That was chapter 17, and it's called the narcissist man. So it each chapter tells you about a different kind of man, um, different shade of man. Of men is what she calls it, different shade. So that was the narcissist man shade. So y'all, I mean, it was given. Okay, keep giving them hand claps, honey. So that was Princella Clark's book, The Game, 41 Shades of Men, The Pursuit to Subdue and Use You. Okay, so I'm going to be getting more into that book. And like I said to you guys before, it may seem like it's different. Like our messages are different, our way of doing things are different, our tactics are different, whatever. But it's really not that different. And when you really think about, empowering women, there is like I guess, like an intersection that we kind of all cross. And really, that's the intersection of woman, of all things woman. Um, that's where the message meets. Um, I look at things in a different perspective, adding a different perspective to it because, even though I can really speak to a lot of the, even the marriage stuff that she talks about. You guys know, I told you, I've been married 4 times. I got married the first time when I was 18. Um, and I always say, when I talk about it, I'm married to my forever husband now, um, because he and I found each other when we had done a lot of the work, to heal from childhood trauma and, daddy issues and, all of the things that were keeping me specifically from having a healthy, thriving romantic relationship. Um, so I speak, candidly about that, but I don't want people really to. I think that no one really has a hard time looking at what Princella says um, in terms of someone that they've dated, you know? So I add a bit of a perspective to it because the characteristics that she's talking about, um, I not only saw them in men that I've dated, but I saw them in the men that raised me. And I think that for a lot of women, that is a missing piece because we go from our childhood and all the trauma and all the daddy issues and the mama issues and the community issues and the societal issues and all the issues, right? And we go into a relationship with a man or a romantic relationship, and we're bringing in all of that like garbage and drama and baggage and all of the things from previous. And I posted this one post on Facebook saying that, like, I'm actually holding the man responsible who hurt me. I'm actually holding him responsible, meaning that um, I have issues, but I'm not taking it out on my husband. I'm not taking it out on my sons. I'm not taking it out on all of my other relationships. I am addressing the issues that I have with the person who caused the issues, right? I'm facing them head on and not even necessarily like we're actually like communicating with each other, but like I'm doing what I do in my way, but I'm addressing them and not projecting my issues onto every other person in this world that I love. And so I think that's a piece that we are missing in a lot of the cases because we experienced our first deception of what love is and what love means and how love presents and all of that stuff because of our foundational relationships, because our fathers um, dysfunctionally, quote unquote, loved us, didn't love us, didn't truly love us, who professed love to us, but for personal gain, for exploitation, for manipulation and control and deviancy and sexual favors and, you know, all of the things. You know what I'm saying? And so if we think about it, like, I need to, um, I need to rectify, I need to recover, I need to repair, I need to confront, I need to do something about the root cause, you know, that addresses the root cause, not the symptoms of what I've been through, not just how, or the behaviors that I'm presenting that may be maladaptive, that may be, um, you know, defense mechanisms and all of that stuff, right? I don't want to address just the symptoms. I want to actually get to the root cause of how I got here, you know, and address them there. Start there. Um, so that's where, you know, that's where a lot of us are right now. It's like now we're at a point where we can um, really take an honest look, right, at those foundational relationships, and maybe you got to cut some people off. You know, you might have to cut your parents off. You might have to divorce your parents. You might have to take a separation, you know, temporarily, you know, until you can go away and, you know, do what you need to do. Get the strength to, you know, be resistant if you continue to be in their presence, you know, at a later time. Sometimes you just need to work on tactics in order to, you know, really be like bulletproof, you know, when you're around them. I don't know. I mean, if I gotta be bulletproof, I'd rather just not be around you. Okay, that's first of all. Listen, because we're not gonna play no game. But we gotta do the work, y'all. Daughter to daughter, you know, on this Kingdom Code podcast, which stands for Community of Daughters Everywhere. We have to think about it like that. That in order to live the life that we want, to thrive, to be healthy, we're not hurting a single soul. Instead, we're looking at all of the souls who have been hurt and taking a little bit of that on, like putting a little bit of that responsibility on our shoulders and saying, okay, let me do my part to, you know, to help. And I think if we all do that, first, you know, taking care of ourselves, you know, working through all the process, learning what love is, learning how to love ourselves, how to love those who we hold dear, and then how to love everything that's connected to us, including our earth. You know, one of the things that we were taught in church is like we are going to heaven, and that in heaven it's all of these great things: no more tears, no more rain, no more sorrow, no more pain. You know, um, but you know, it may be a pipe dream, but I totally believe that our Creator intended for us to live like that right here while we're here on earth as it is in heaven. So why does that apply to certain things but other things it doesn't? Like, no, we could totally do that here. I'm sure it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time. But if we're all thinking about it in terms of, let me make the impact where I am, you know, and how I can make my impact, you know, maybe it's just about sharing the videos, liking the videos. Maybe that's all the impact you have right now. So do that. You know what I'm saying? Share it, like it, subscribe. All these things that don't even cost you a dime, do those. And that is a step in at least the right direction of saying, I'm in support of the change that needs to happen. I'm just going to take these little bitty steps and just simply liking and sharing, subscribing to make sure that these voices, this divine messaging that we have been given is amplified. You notice the devil, like those ones that are spewing hate, every last fight video you've ever seen, no one had to say share it or like it. Never have to say that. You just gonna push it. So it takes these little small steps, right? You want to see the change, you gotta do little things that create change. And they have a ripple effect. It only takes one action to spark another, and another, and another. So I have enjoyed you all this morning. Good morning. I have really enjoyed you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I have enjoyed Princella the Queen Maker. Her videos are awesome. So make sure that you go over there, subscribe. The books are on point. You guys heard me read from both of the books today. So make sure that, if you have a desire to learn those things and you have a couple extra coins, make sure that you go ahead and support. Now, for an author, it is better for us, right, if you purchase our books from us, right? So we get more of our profit share, since we did all the work and all, you know what I'm saying? But make sure that you get it no matter what. So even if you go through Amazon, that's perfectly fine too. But just ideally, um, if you get the books directly from the author, then we get the maximum benefit. My book, The Religious Narcissist Decoded, drops tomorrow on my birthday, August the 9th, 2023. I will be 43 years old, you guys. And so, my gift to you, if you are on my mailing list, if you are not on my mailing list, you need to get on there ASAP. Okay. My gift to you is a free download of the Religious Narcissist Decoded Guidebook. Okay, you guys. So you will get access to that digitally if you are on my mailing list. Okay. Also, I need to tell you guys, if you may have gotten an email from me, or email from me yesterday from my website, you guys. Okay, first of all, I'm a one woman show over here. Okay, I mean, I'm happy about it and all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining, but I'm a one woman show over here, and a lot of this stuff I'm figuring out as I go. Just like when I did that live video with y'all the other day about me uploading my book to Kindle, which Kindle is still giving me a problem, still getting an error message. But I'm thinking that I must have put in the wrong ISBN numbers. No, I think I put in the right ISBN number, but I put the book title is not exactly how I have it in the ISBN database. y'all, like you gotta be like so specific. So now I'm getting an error message from KDP that the system is like, I don't know, like the system is kind of down or something like that. But anyway, I'm hoping that everything works out with that. Either way, if you're on my mailing list, you will get a copy of that religious narcissist decoded book. But if you got an email from me, it was kind of like an error. I'm just trying to try some stuff out with my new website and with my new like my back end stuff where I keep all of y'all's contacts and all of that stuff so I can stay like connected with y'all. You know, it's like a whole, you know, back of the scenes stuff in order to like really run this what I'm doing as a business, which is my business. Okay. So there's like a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I do. And sometimes I be messing up because you know I'm just trying to learn, you know. So you know, if you got an email from me, just be nice and just go ahead and like sign up for a account on my website. It's just like I'm gonna be sending you, you know, good stuff. Like, of course, the religious narcissist decoded. You know, you guys will get that from me. More than likely, you'll be getting like free digital downloads of my new guidebooks that come out. I have like two other ones that are in the works that are probably like halfway written right now. So you guys will be seeing more of me. Also, you can follow me on Amazon. Amazon will also alert you of when my new books and stuff are live or available for pre-order. Um, but also, you know, go ahead and sign up on my website. It is kingdomcodeacademy.com. Let me type that. Let me type that for you guys. Okay. And so I want you guys to stay connected. You will be seeing a lot more of me um, in the near future. And I think I really like actually going live in the mornings. I do actually. So you might see me more in the morning time from now on. Y'all let me know. You know, get in the comments and let me know like if this is a good time for you. Like if you rather be in the mornings. Of course, if you catch it, you know, whenever you can catch it, you know, let me know that too, child. Like it don't matter. I catch it when I can catch it. Um, but I do like when you guys are on the actual live show, and so we can talk and all of that stuff. Also, I can I can start doing a call-in show if y'all want to do that. So again, let me know what y'all want to do, and I will do my best to accommodate you. Okay, so I will see y'all, you know, a little bit later. I got a couple other videos I want to do, like reviews of. It was just one video I saw yesterday. It was a divorce attorney's opinion about love and marriage or something like that, and it was on soft white underbelly. You guys, have you ever seen soft white underbelly? Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good. You guys have to see it. It's just interviews with people, but like I'm such like a people watcher, and I'm just so interested in people and human behavior that like I love watching soft white underbelly. So we're gonna do a review of that video. And then, yeah, so y'all just have a wonderful day. I'm probably going to come back like in a little bit. I think I'm going to take a break and then I'm going to do another, probably another live in a little bit. But, anyways, we'll see. I'll see y'all later. I love you. And remember, you are important to me. I need you to